As you know, I'm actually doing a challenge. This is video number 3 of the challenge. I am posting a video every day just to help spread the content that I have available and like future content. So like I said, stay tuned for future videos, and in order for you to do that, it takes a few seconds. Just hit that subscribe button and then you're definitely going to enjoy the content. Like I said, some of my material is not really that good, but it's going to get better once I graduate from college, and college is almost done with for me, so it's going to be pretty epic, y'all. Hope you all enjoy. Stay tuned for the video. What is up, everybody, and welcome back to It's Daily. So today is a pretty bad day outside. This whole week we actually had bad weather here in Oklahoma. It's raining like every day and thunderstorms. So I thought this was going to be a great opportunity to tell you the story about my Foxbody Mustang. But before we do that and get involved, what you should do is definitely click down below and hit subscribe and subscribe to the channel. As you can see, about 82% you round up. 82% of y'all not subscribed to the channel, so just click on that button. It takes 2 seconds. You can see future videos and then like future builds with my Mustang as I restore it and then make it even better than what it is now. Just to show proof, as you can see, I don't know if you can hear it, but it's definitely wet outside, which is why I thought it'd be a great time to tell you this story about my Foxbody story. Is what it's going to be called, as you see from the subtitles. So as you can see, I'm rocking the GTR shirt, and no, I do not own any GTRs. Unfortunately, that's way above my pay grade, and I don't make enough. Hopefully one day I can get monetized, be like Mr. Beast, you know, do good stuff for other people, and then just help, you know, myself as well. Like, it's just a 6, you know, that's something I would like to do, build cars, let people get the opportunity to buy them through auctions, or like they're even, you know, buy merch. You could get your name entered into a raffle, so that'd be really cool. But until then, we're focusing on this right now, just little things. And as you see from the subtitles, this will be the story about my Foxbody, aka the White Fox. Okay, so I am actually the 4th owner of the Foxbody Mustang. Now when it comes to the first owner, I have no clue about, no history. The second owner, same thing. But when it comes to the 3rd owner, I actually know him personally because he was a family friend that got the car first. His name was Kevin Talley, aka Kevin Wayne Talley. That's what he likes going by, middle name. But anyways, he is stationed out in San Diego, Camp Pendleton. He's with the Navy, and you know, one day he bought a Foxbody Mustang for $12,000 from the second owner, and at first he was driving fairly well, and then I think he left overseas for about a year or 2, came back, the car was just sitting, it didn't run. He took it to a mechanic shop, and from there the mechanic shop actually just gave him a whole list of problems about what was wrong with the car. You know, transmission, he needed like a new battery, spark plugs, you know, basically every little thing you think of that was wrong with the Mustang. And then like he wouldn't pass these smog tests, lose that included. Got to a point where he bought another car because it was just like too much money at the time. He just didn't have it with like his pay grade to afford to get it fixed. Eventually he kept on getting tickets. I guess there's a law in Cali where if it takes up parking space, it's not been moved at all, it's been in the same spots, and if it's out of expiration, then you will get ticket. And so it got to a point where he's building up so much tickets that it wasn't worth it anymore. So he got in contact with me and was like, hey, you know, he knows me as junior. That's you know, I'm a junior, my dad's a senior, so you want to call me junior? I'm cool with that too. So he contacted me. He's like, hey man, I know you like this Mustang. He contacted my dad as well. I know you still like this Mustang. Let's work something out. I'm just having this big issue with the Mustang. He's like, I know you got friends out in Texas that could get this thing going again. And he's like, I'm just being charged ridiculous amounts on trying to get it started. And he sent me like a whole bunch of lists that was wrong with it. And so I went ahead and took the side price, and we worked something out. The cool thing too is like we pitched in 50-50 from the car to get shipped from Cali to Texas. And he even pitched in for the car's title to get switched over to my name. And so he was like, hey man, you get this started, you get it going for me, we could potentially talk about you buying the car as well instead. And then he's like, just for now, just keep tabs, let me know like everything you spent on it. So I went ahead, I got it started, and like we took it to my family, because at the time I was too scared to even touch or work on a car. I thought I was gonna make it worse. So I took it to my family friend, he's a certified mechanic, took it to his house, and he got it running within like the first hour or 2. You know, just basic stuff, you know, spark plug, a new starter, a new alternator, and then something else I can't remember. Oh yeah, and then also need like fresh oil and fresh gas as well. So within those 5 things, it was running again perfectly. So I got to ride it for about a day or 2. After that, you know, I talked to him. I was like, hey man, you know, this got replaced. This is how much it costs. This is how much the labor costs to get it installed. And then he was like, you know, dude, you did so much for me already, and that you got this off my hands. He's like, would you want to buy the Mustang? And I was like, heck yeah, dude. What's up? What's the price? And he was like, well, with you saving me so much money and like getting out of Cali and saving me money from getting a ticket, I would sell you the car for $2,000. And he's like, I can do payment. He's like, I understand your college, so like $50 here, $50 there. Then I'm okay with that, whatever. You get off my hands. So he's like, I'm not in a rush for it. So sure enough, you know, I got my income tax that year, and I got about $3,200, I believe, because I'm in school. And with $2,000 that I went straight to him. Actually, I think $2,500. I think we settled that. So $2,500 500 went straight to him, and then the car's mine. After that, the car had more issues because I left to Oklahoma and I had my Dodge Charger. You know, I couldn't work in my car, I couldn't drive on the daily, so I came back one summer, drove it for a week. The car just freaking broke on me. Again, I went to go get a haircut at the barber shop. As I was leaving, it just started smoking. Things were not looking pretty. There's liquid everywhere, and so we had to call a tow company to go tow it. And then we knew another mechanic shop that we were friends with. We had pretty good business with, so we dropped it off at the mechanic shop. And then the mechanic shop actually had it for about 6 months with them. So that was the sad part. Freaking, they had it for 6 months, and then finally, like at the 6 or 7 months, they were like, "Hey man, you know, we can't figure out what was wrong with the car." He was like, "We tried our best. We just don't know." And like these people, they like to do on a piece of computer that they have, it tells them like you plug it in the car in the computer and it tells you like what's wrong with the car. Now unfortunately with the older cars, you don't have that. You actually got to break it down, look through the engines and tear it apart, basically see what's wrong with it. And that's something they even told me like they didn't want to do, so it's reasonable. But at the end point, I actually got to it. They actually told me like, "Hey, since we couldn't get started, you know, we just call it even. You know, I don't owe them nothing." He's like, "You bring us enough business regardless, no matter how much time we spend on it. You know, just call it $0. That's it." And you know, he's like, "We're looking forward for the next project." And he's like, "I hope you actually get this car back in the streets," because he's like, "I'm passionate about it as well. I wish you the best of luck, man, but we can't solve the problem." At that point, I got it towed from that mechanic shop, towed it back to my house. And then that's when the tow company, he's like checking out the Mustang. He's like, "Man, this car is like beautiful, you know, good condition, all these leather seats, like stock, or did you buy them?" I was like, "No, the last guy," which Kevin, you know, Kevin put quite a bit of money too. He spent aftermarket leather seats, and that's it, really. Oh, I think he actually restored the interior. I can't remember. So they're like, "What's wrong with it?" And I was like, "Man, you know, took it to the shop. This says this computer, you know, it's not working, blah, blah, blah." And he was like, "Nah, man, it can't be." He's like, "I work on Foxbodies all the time." And I was like, "Wait, hey, you want like another side project?" And he's like, "Nah, dude." He's like, "I wish, you know." He's like, "Just right now, my business is right here with the clients, towing companies." And he's like, "I don't have really time on another project car." So I was like, "Okay, that's valid." I was like, "What do you mean?" And at that point, he even referenced me to another company called Street Performance, I think, out in Abilene, Texas. And he's like, "Hey man, you know, you should try them out." They're really designated and designed specifically for old cars like this. And he's like, "It's worth a try, but you know, it's up to you depending on how much money you got for a budget." And at that time, because I was so passionate about like restoring my car, I saved about $4,000 or $5,000 to get my car running. I was like, no matter what, put school aside, this is my car money, this is going specifically for my car, and no matter what, how much it ever costs to get stored and how much it ever costs to get me to get the new parts that I want. At that point, you know, I wasn't even thinking. I was like, I was really frustrated because this company already had it for 7 months, and if they didn't know what was wrong, probably what makes you think another place would. So at that point, I was like, "You know what, Dad, let's just sell the Mustang. I'm tired of the Foxbody. It's caused nothing but troubles." And I was like, "I understand why Kevin wants to get rid of it." I lost hope. Finally, you know, my dad kind of actually talks me out of it, and then he was like, "You know, just think this through." He's like, he's like, how much money do you have saved to fix on the car?" I was like, "You know, roughly about $4,000 or $5,000. And he was like, "Worst case scenarios, you spend about $1,000 just for them to work on it and see what's wrong." And then he was like, "You still got another $3,000 plus whatever you get from selling the car. You go buy you another project car," which I was looking at a maybe 2015, maybe 2012 GT Mustang. And so finally, I was like, "You know what, Dad, you're right." So I called the tow company. I was like, "Hey man, you know, I thought about your opportunity." I was like, "Can you tow this from my house to the mechanic shop you're talking about?" And he's like, "Yeah, sure, anytime, man." And so they ended up coming back, towed the Mustang, the Foxbody, from my house to the Street Performance. And within the first 30 minutes they had it, they were like, "Hey man, you know, you just got blown head gaskets and then something else. I don't remember, but I know it's for sure like 2 things." And he's like, I was like, "All right, cool. So how much am I looking at? How much am I gonna owe you?" And he was like, roughly around 1,200. He's like, "Not for sure." He's like, "We gotta replace this and who knows what else." And he was like, "And then when I tear it apart, there might be some other problems." He's like, "But as of like the base, this is what you're looking at." He's like, "Are you okay with it?" And I was like, "All right, man, I'm cool with that. That's good with me. Go ahead and get it started. Tell me what else comes up," and that's it. Sure enough, and like within the first 3 days, they give me a phone call like, "Hey man, your Mustang's ready to come pick up. Sounds terrific." Actually, hold on. Yeah, so they're like, "Hey, the Mustang's ready to come pick up. You come ahead and pick it up." And I was like, "What? Really? Okay, cool." So sure enough, I go pick it up, and then from there, I was able to drive it from the shop to my house. My sister following me right behind me as I was driving the Dodge Charger at the time. Got it home, and so I got it home, and from there, like my dad and I were so happy. The car's running again, and he's like, "Are you confident with taking it to Oklahoma?" And I was like, "No, not really," because like the car's been sitting at my property for about 2.5 years, not been run. It sat there. and I was like, I wasn't really confident. And so my dad actually worked it in a little bit, drove it like down the street to his job and back. And so finally got to a point around December of 2019. No, yeah, December 2019. I was like, Dad, I think I'm ready to get the Mustang down here. And so we got the stickers, we added on the insurance just because, you know, there's no point of adding a car insurance if it's not being driven. So we got it added full coverage. So I had the tow company, as you can see in the link up top, that when I took delivery of my Foxbody Mustang. So I spent about roughly $300 on getting the car here from Texas to Cali. And then from there, I was able to just work on it. As you can see, as of right now, and like from that point on, I have not driven my Dodge Charger, and then unfortunately I sold my Dodge Charger to my sister. Hopefully she's enjoying it as well. And now I've just been daily driving the Foxbody. As you've seen in the other videos, I've had my BBK equal length headers installed. I've had my BBK off-road H-pipe, mid-pipe installed, and then I have my Magnaflow competition series exhaust setup installed. And now I've also installed the Cold Air Intake. I also did a smog pump delete. I have also did a new mid console replacement for drink holders. As you can see, guys, I've done a lot to this car. I'm highly invested, and like I would not think about, like at the time I had a budget like how much I want to spend, but I'm already like at that budget just because I'm just so highly invested in this Mustang. See it like at its top, at its peak performance. Like I want to see it blowing like a 2015 Mustang. That'd be pretty cool. Like I said, there's still a lot more to come with this Foxbody build. Like either a supercharger, a pro charger, or even getting a turbo. That'd be, all three of these options are pretty cool. Comment down below what you think I should do. I'm really deciding between supercharger and pro charger. It's super high for the supercharger, but who knows, hopefully one day I can get it sponsored, and then, you know, I could just use that sponsorship, install my supercharger. But until then, I'm still gotta grow the channel, gotta put my name out there. So like I said, you subscribing to the channel is gonna help me a lot. But now is it not going to help me? It's going to help you for the later videos I have planned. Like I said, this just right now is just the basics of like me showing y'all proof that I could build a car and get it together and having it pristine, A1 sauce, have it as a show car. And once you get to that point, like I said, I'm gonna have future cars that I plan on building, but also on some other builds, I'll be doing some kind of like raffle where you can enter your name and basically hopefully get lucky and win the car, and you could drive a $60,000 car, $80,000 car, who knows? And then like one thing I do want to do, just so the fans are more involved as well, is that I want to have it where I have like a separate link somewhere else. It's gonna be a poll, and you're gonna like choose. I'm gonna have like 3 different exhausts set up that you can choose from, and whichever has the most votes, that would be the exhaust I would put on the car. Just so y'all are more involved, I think that'd be pretty cool. But that's later on in the future. Right now, we gotta work on little things. I gotta build this car, show y'all what I'm capable of, and then from there, y'all can be more involved. So please help the channel grow. If you're new, hit that subscribe, hit the like, share your friends, let everybody know. If you're in Norman, Oklahoma, hit me up. Like, if you wanna go on a drive, hell, let's go on a drive. I mean, I'm not complaining. Gas is cheap right now. Let's enjoy the car together. Let's watch the channel grow. So that's basically going to be concluded. I hope you liked the story of my white Foxbody. Like I said, I got it in pretty pristine condition as well. So that's going to conclude it. I'm out. Please subscribe. Have a blessed day.